So here it is. This is the start of it.
Halt.
A
Um,
cold, suckering wetness grasps at your
we've
mind.
got this little
A
like
voice
intro from
familiar to you from the
uh
Underdark wraps
Omelum
itself
from
around your
the
brain.
Underdark,
You
telling us
must
the
act with
like
haste.
giving us the
Duke
rundown.
Ravengard is
So
held within these
obviously I knew this was
walls.
coming.
He must be
I knew that
extracted.
this was a quest and everything, and it was a thing to do. So I
Duke
had time. I
Ravengard is
knew to
held in the
prepare. So
security wing.
my basic strategy
Be
was
careful.
to
There are
get
many
to all of the
exits.
cells and
This
open them as
structure
quickly as
is
possible, as
collapsing.
early as possible.
Act with
So
speed.
I have a lot
Act with
of
efficiency.
speed potions
Good
and
luck.
some scrolls of Dimension Door to help me out. That you'll see, like you can see it right here in my bar. I have like a scroll. Um, we also, everybody on the team has a fairly quick or fairly good
No harm in trying.
initiative. So like we all go first. I should also mention that my group, my companion group, is a little different. Shadowheart has been reclassed as a rogue monk. Like my team, this core team, this is like I've been running with this same group. It's two fighters, a paladin, a barbarian, and then a rogue monk. Um, and I've just been running with these four. My character, Harlak, Shadowheart, and Lizelle. Um, see, this is where the dimension door comes in handy. One spot anyway. I have like a dozen of these scrolls, so I can get this done. And we freed Duke Ravengard first. That was on purpose because we also earlier with Will, with that quest with Mizora, we opted to save Duke Ravengard so that you'll see why in a second. But again, I knew all this stuff was coming up, right? So I can kind of metagame it. And I just wanted, there's no achievement for doing this, by the way. I just did it because I wanted to. The best thing to do is not to fight until you start to get the captives, the Gondians, on the move. Like, just don't really bother fighting. You can, but it doesn't. But this one, I would recommend fighting these two, just because there's two of them. So I'm just doing what I can try to. I was hoping that they would be closer together, so this would have done more, but can't help the RNG of a game sometimes. It still did quite a bit of damage. Like, I was hoping that they would be closer together so that I could do this twice. Basically what I'm doing here is trying to measure this up. So we can see that guy's close to death now.
I am death.
And split the team up so that you have one go for one area and then one go towards the other. It does show you on the map where everyone is. Lizelle I'm using to kind of hang back a little bit. She can disarm people and take away their nets. And they can't ensnare people. She has a maneuver that lets her disarm with her attack. So I kind of keep her back here to make sure that the Gondians are safe when they get closer
So
to
much
here.
for peace.
Yeah, so see, I'm pulling up the map because it shows me where everyone is, so I know I'm gonna be the one. This character, my character, is going to be the one that goes for Omelum and these two Gondians back here. All of my characters are also part Illithid. Again, that's strictly strategy. When you are playing Tactician, it's best to not go for any sort of like role play decisions. Although it can be, it still is kind of fun, and I do that somewhat. I don't have an action, and I'm annoyed. But I do have action surge, which will let me free her. Now, it does not take an action to open the door. You just have to be close enough. And when you fly, it takes less movement than walking. That's another reason why everybody is part Illithid, just because of the convenience of flying. Here I'm I'm debating whether or not I want to use my bonus action to wig a potion of speed or to give that guy a shield to protect him. Because we all have the Shield of Thralls as being part illicit. Use Duke Ravenguard to get these guys. Wait, why did that go off? Oh, it's under. Oh, okay. My video is too high. Sorry. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. I apologize that it didn't pop up on my screen. Ah, I see. I see. I'm less sorry.
Go outside, nerd. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins.
There we go. So we can see now we've already got a couple people rescued. Yeah, you do Ravenguard to open this early in the... Because you only have 5 rounds. That person is ensnared, but we can deal with that in a second. Luckily, these guys all do have kind of like self-preservation mindset, and they just kind of dash and run towards the submersible. It's okay that Duke Ravenguard is ensnared. They do trigger... That seems to be one of the things about Tactician, is that the AI seems a lot more aggressive, and they go for those opportunity attacks at every chance and things like that. And they use more of their different types of attacks instead of just relying on one. So like I was worried about these guys who got hit. I was worried that they were going to get like double tapped. So they don't have a ton of hit points. Like it is easier, be like that. Luckily it was a 1, but they would have got double tapped there. But on like normal difficulty, this champion probably would have gone after Duke Ravenguard first, rather than this little harmless AI person, this little Gondian who has no weapons or anything. But in Tactician, they're gonna go after who they're gonna go after. I do this on purpose so I can get this paralyzing critical. And get them, so I can do that. But then I see that it gets done, so I save my paralyzing critical. They have a ring, the Killer's Sweetheart ring on Shadowheart, which lets you, when you critical hit somebody, you can paralyze them. Getting a layout, seeing where the levers are, because again, it doesn't take an action to trip the levers, it only have to be close to it. You have to be within range. I'm just trying to get these guys out as quickly as possible, and then try to take the aggro from these guys first, so that they do as much damage as I can, so that they're safe. Normally I would advise fighting these guys, you know, just as little as possible anyway, because it'll just slow you down and lose you distance and turns, which is what I'm kind of realizing here, that I'm running out of, I'm not making any distance or progress in the actual mission. Now we've got these two out, and we just got to keep them alive. Like I say, Lae'zel is just here to make sure that these guys don't get hit when they get here. She also has a very good sword. She has the Get the Yankee sword. See down there? That does a lot of damage. And Lae'zel is just a pure fighter. Everybody's level 12 at this point. I got to level 12 like right as I hit Act 3. Because I've been doing a lot of fighting for the experience points. Basically getting in every fight I can so I can get the experience points. Yeah, and then just making sure that the first round of forget how to say it. Sahagin, Wahagan, shark people are dead. So they don't pester the Gondians. I also have a lot of my characters have stuff that increases their movement speed. But like, I don't know why that failed. Still don't know why that failed. So I can go pretty far in a single move anyway, without like dashing. Let's see now. I'm gonna use my Book of the Dead tool as like meat shield fodder for these guys, so that they're more preoccupied with that. Keep flying saves you some movement speed, or distance, I should say. And then because I have 2 actions, I can dash again, but I don't have enough to free him. There's also a mind flayer tadpole back there that you can grab.
Stay focused.
There you go. This is why you opt to save Duke Ravengard. So when you free him, the door will show up and give him haste and freedom of movement. So he'll get a double action, and he'll be able to move without being ensnared or anything like that. That's what freedom of movement is. My character has boots that give me freedom of movement. Shadowheart has boots that prevent her from being ensnared or enwebbed. I think Harlack has something that keeps her from being bothered by difficult terrain. That was a bad move by the AI, by the way, to go all the way back there. We'll see why. See, they dash, which is good. There's another safe one. Luckily, that was the one that got hit. Tight hold is a good word. I also do have a haste roll. I should have gotten more. Probably would have made this a little bit easier so I could cast haste on all of the Gondians, but obviously it worked out fine. Spoiler alert. Here I'm debating whether I want to fight this guy or just try to go around him. Because he only has 14 hit points. I decided to go after him. Just because I can still make that and then paralyze that guy. Like, still make, you know, forward distance. Debating on taking that potion of speed. But instead, I'm going to use the Dimension Door to get Ravengard up here.
Got to move.
And leave those other 2 Arc people behind. Now, I'm making a calculated decision here. So you can close these doors. And it will prevent the Sahagin from coming through them. Which just makes it a little bit easier. Nobody else is back there. Now I just have this group to contend with. And then something happened that I had never seen happen before. Checking to see where the injured one is. Because I want to make sure that the injured one gets to safety first. Then use my shield here on one of these. It doesn't make them invulnerable or anything, but it does help them. And I think they only have like 18, 15 hit points. Like, they don't have a lot of hit points. Yeah, 16. And then I have the Dimension Door. And I'm like, I have this invisibility. Maybe I can make one of them invisible. Help. That lasts for 10 turns. But I don't want to lose too much movement because I want to still be able to Dimension Door this person. Grab that shield. It gives them 10 temporary hit points, and I think disadvantage on the hits against them, attacks against them. Using my action surge instead of the potion, so that I can dimension door one of these people up here. Again, it's all just about, it's just like a little personal achievement, I guess. You don't get anything for saving them all, other than, like, you know, like the game says, like, oh, you saved everybody, good job. See, that's why I put the ghouls there, so that they can do all that, and I don't have to deal with it while I'm dealing with Omelum, because Omelum does have the ability to, now I'm going to get the specimen, the notes here, and help him. But Omelum does have an ability to simply teleport back to the submersible.
Let's see.
Him and one person. I was gonna try to close these doors, but you can't close them from the inside. So I decided, okay, well, I'll just loot this then. Might as well. Not like I need the money, but I have to be close to Omelum so he can use his ability with me. So we can both go back to the submersible. Quick little move. I think about going back here to close the door, but I decided not to. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put Duke Ravengard right now. Because he has the haste from Mizora, he can move very far very quickly. And while you can't give him any sort of items or anything, he can access your character's inventories, so he can do this. But you need an action for that scroll, and I thought it was a bonus action. Oh, that's me. This is just me getting annoyed that I can't use. So I have to wait a turn. But I heal. That is a bonus action. Healing with a potion is a bonus action. Another one saved. I make sure. 2 more saved. What's also nice about the ghouls is if they do manage to hit, they paralyze their, well, there's a chance that they can paralyze their target, which is very handy. See, now I've closed that door so they can't get through there, so they're going to try to find a different way. But the other door is also closed. That I don't understand why that person throws a potion, throws the alchemist fire and sets everything on fire, because then that makes the door close. It's like a fail-safe thing. Part of the prison is it just starts to close off the parts that you attack. So like if you hit the door on accident or you use an area effect on it, it'll close. And so you have to go to the lever and open it. And I was sitting here screaming, I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because we can see now the doors are closed. And now all these guys are going to come up, but
You must return there. Now is the only way we'll survive this.
they can't get through the door. So the only problem is we've been sabotaged by these idiots. But we can see up top, everybody goes at the same time. So what I can do, I just don't know what, I didn't know what side the lever was. So I thought, I didn't realize that this door was also closed. Here's me figuring out that door is closed. And then I'm trying to find the lever, but I don't see it. There's the lever. So now what I can do, because we all act at the same time, I'm gonna move her there anyway.
Heading.
I don't know why. I think I just absent-mindedly clicked there.
This is my happy place.
But now I can use Yeah, Karlach to open the door. That idiot decided to throw that potion. I don't understand why he does that. I don't understand why he throws an alchemist fire. I switch to Ladell to open the other door, go back, and then do the dimension door trick. So the reason I do that is so that they don't run through the fire and get hurt by it. Because I'm not sure where the new Stahagen come from.
I will ascend.
And I don't want them to get hit and to run through the fire and all that. Yeah, you can see here I have a ton of, I basically bought all of the Dimension Door scrolls from Sorcerer's Sundry. Not basically, that's exactly what I did. I just bought all that they had, just to be safe before I came here. Then I'm keeping count of how many I have left to get, and there's 2. And I realize I have Omelum down there and myself, my character, so I can put everybody else up. Then I leave Karlach here, because I have to, like you saw. Those guys did their job. So. Hi Mudakan, welcome in. How are you? I'm just reviewing a little quest I did in Baldur's Gate. Appreciate the lurk. Hope your work day goes quickly and stress-free. Interestingly, this brought my ghouls back to me.
What path lies before me?
Which was interesting. It just took them away from that fight. And I've already taken a potion of speed, so I have 2 actions. So I can, that's why I switched and used my character for this, so I can dimension door some of the hostages. And I'm just getting them to the base of the ladder. I can't get them higher. I can't force them to go up the ladder. I thought maybe it would follow me, that's why I went up here. And we just have to get Ravengard, who can, again, use your inventory. He's gonna dimension door the last person past the fire. And then what my plan was, once I got... Now, everybody else, their turn is still coming up. But they will all get up to the ladder now. They're all at the base of the ladder. Or very close to it. My plan was to use Omelum to teleport Karlach back to the submersible. That's why he's still down there. And so these guys are going to try to find the shortest route back, but the door is closed, so they can't get through. A lot of this is just watching these guys hit a door unsuccessfully. Yeah, so they all get up there. So we can see here, I'm going to try this with Omelum. And I realize 2 things. I'm not able to use that teleport for some reason. And I can't dimension door with her. And I realize that she'll probably make it anyway, so it's fine. Like if she dashes, she'll make it to the ladder. So I just come back up. And we have another turn. So it says, we saw there, it says, this will be available to you on your next turn. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just go up here and wait. And the last Gondian down there, she still has her dash, and she'll be able to get to it with her dash, right? And then I have Karlach here, who can't go. Because I mistimed the potion of speed with her, so she actually got lethargic on her last turn, so she didn't get to move.
Oh yeah.
And so now I'm like sitting here. This is me panicking in a way. Yeah, because she's incapacitated from using the potion of speed. She can't do anything. And this is me trying to figure out a way to get Karlach up that last ladder. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, what do I do? What do I do? That's all this is. This is just me contemplating what I do. And so I saved. In case I had the saves coming. I was like, fuck it. I'll save scum this if I have to. So I go down here with Lae'zel and I'm like, is there something I can do with Lae'zel? And I realize Lae'zel can get to this person. Potion of speed. Dimension door. Just to get them closer to the ladder. Because I did start to think like, oh, they might not make it with the dash. They probably would have anyway, but just in case. And then I just pull Lae'zel back up. These guys don't know what to do. They're just chilling. I do miss being able to control those guys. That would have been extremely helpful. And having 6 of them. And these guys just gotta watch them hit the door unsuccessfully. Yeah, he is also going to be. He's already safe, so just leave him. And that's the last one. You can see me looking at the bar here. I'm like, who's left? And then we see the third. And then here you're gonna see some real panic. Because it says available next turn again. Even though it is the next turn. And I'm like, what do I do? What if I do a potion of speed? Nope. Panic clicks. The panic clicks. I'm like, how do I... I was worried that Karlach wasn't gonna make it. Because I forgot about what we're gonna see it happen next. I forgot this part. So I'm just like, well, I guess I can use Wither to bring her back. I just resigned at that point. I'm like, I guess Karlach dies. But I forgot that if you're close enough to the ladder, you get this. And then we'll see some confirmation here in just a moment. But that's everybody rescued on Tactician. Like I said, it takes planning and very like precise actions, making sure that you do those. Even with my little mistake that I made here and there, I still managed to get everybody out.
Calmness greets you as the submersible slows to a halt. Unlike the Iron Throne, you remain intact. So it seems will the families of all the hostages rescued from the throne.